No problem with these tires. These tires are actually really, really good. You saw the guy back there get stopped by the police, which was kind of odd for me because he wasn't spinning. He had good tires on there. It sounds louder than as fast as he was, you know, it sounds louder than how fast he was going. It's kind of odd. I thought they stopped him. It's not like he fishtailed or anything. He took off straight away. I have to look at the video again, but he was straight as an arrow taking off, you know. These are the Falcon WildPeaks, and all-terrain, 3-peak certified, which means that if you go in the mountains, I'm pretty sure you don't have to chain up. Are they as good as chains? Oh, heck no. I'm sure they're not, you know. But are they as good as winters? No. Are they better than all season? Oh yeah, by a mile. They're decent. I don't know, I would probably equate them to the cheapest winter tires I've had, to be honest with you. Which is not a knock on them. The cheapest winter tires I've had were actually really good tires. So I hate this spot right here. So many people get confused because they switched it up. So you think you need to get over in the left lane, but that left lane over there is actually for oncoming traffic. It's a cold day, snowy day, kind of slippery. The Falcon WildPeak ATs have done well. There was a little slippage back there when I took off, but I also pushed on the gas really hard, but it caught right away and kept going. It takes corners real well. Now, if you're in slushy stuff or whatever like that, and you try and do a hard turn, will it start to slide in the front? Oh yeah, that's common sense. It's gonna slide. Whether it was this car or another car, they would do it. WildPeaks or not, all seasons or whatever, they were gonna do it. So I got these. I like all-terrains. I have a Kia Sorento. I wanted to put all-terrain, so I went with the 245 65, I believe it is. I'll look again and see what they are. It's the same. Basically, I went the same exact size that comes on these Kia Sorentos 2016s. That comes on them from the factory, an 18-inch, but I went one size above, so I did a 245 versus a 235, and that's exactly, you know, what I did is that. And just to give it a little bit more meat on the tires, and would it add a little clearance? Maybe a tiny bit, a tiny bit. These come from the factory. I think it's 7.3 inches of clearance. You can compare that to a Subaru, which is probably around, I think, 8.5 to 8.7. But 7.3 is probably mid-level SUV, CUV ground clearance. And honestly, for me, it's plenty of clearance. Will I take this off-road, soft-roading? Yes, I will. And the reason I will is because I got a better tire now that can get better grip. Also, it's a little bit stronger. I don't have to worry about popping the tires easily. Can air down some. Am I rock crawling in a Kia Sorento? Of course not. Everybody knows that. I'm not out to impress anybody. There's some people that will say this and that about Kias or whatever else. Look, I've had more cars than probably 90% of people. I've had tons of trucks, European cars, Japanese, now Korean. I think this is my first Korean car. And a lot of times I've had, you know, 2 and 3 of them at the same time myself, plus whatever my spouse has. So I'm pretty good about knowing about cars and quality. And I grew up in the Midwest in Indiana in a factory town. My family, just my dad alone, worked at GM for 42 years. So I know quite a bit about cars. Where I'm from, they live and breathe vehicles. It's what puts food on the table. Beyond that, besides that being said, these are good cars for what they are. It's using common sense. And I got it. It was either this or the Nissan Pathfinder. And the reason is they're both all-wheel drive. And as you know, with most all-wheel drive, they're really front-wheel drive bias. So they're always going to be in front-wheel drive and use all-wheel drive when the computer decides it needs it. The difference is with this, the Kia Sorento and the Nissan Pathfinder, they have 4-wheel lock. So it will lock the wheels where all 4 wheels, it'll act like a 4-wheel drive. Up to, don't quote me on it, but I think around 25 miles an hour. Which is fine when you're going off-road and stuff, like a, light, road or something like that, fire road, something like that. You shouldn't be really speeding down it more than that most of the time. So that's was the selling point for me. And also, Kias and Nissan Pathfinders can tow. So like the V6 in this version can tow up to, I believe, 5,500. I do not have the V6, but I know the 4-cylinder can only tow like 2,000. So I got the 4-cylinder turbo, which can do 3,500, just in case I get a little camper, because any type of camper I get is not going to be over. It's not going to be over actually 3,000 pounds. I'd probably go with a little light 2,000 and some pound one. That's the size we want. So I knew that was a win-win with this. So I'm very happy with what I got. Now watch this person turn. And there we go. But the car itself, rock star. Oop, I might be in the wrong. I hate when it's all covered in a way, because sometimes I'm like, oh, wrong lane. Or oh, I'm in the middle of the road, not in the right place. Maybe I was close enough. Whatever. Anyway. Do I recommend these Falcon WildPeak? Yes, I do. Here's the reason. Good grip in the snow, and I've also had it in deeper snow. This one we up to Golden. If you looked at one of my videos of when we went hiking in Golden, Colorado, there was snow on the road and pretty thick, especially once you got off the main highway. They did excellent. What else? One big thing, and so I've had Toya, BFGs, all of them, and guess what they all have in common? The ones I've had, ones you think are really good, they're all freaking loud when you drive. They start humming. They start this humming crap, and sometimes the cheaper ones aren't the ones. I've seen cheaper ones not hum. Certain versions of cheap all-terrain tires, and I've seen quality ones you pay $300 and $400 for hum and be really loud. You hear the people coming. You know, and these are quiet tires. I cannot honestly tell the difference between these and my Coopers. And I had the Cooper Endeavor Pluses, which came with this car, that I gave to my spouse because she had cheapos on her newer. She has a new Ford Edge now because she liked the one I let her use. I let her have for a while so much she went out and bought a new one. So she has some cheapos that kind of started sucking in the snow after like a year. So this car came with Cooper Endeavor Pluses. Basically, this car I bought from Carvana, and it was some lady's, young lady's car that her dad bought. Her dad was a physician. I found they left all their stuff in here. So daddy, who's like a plastic surgeon or something, bought her a brand new Kia Sorrento, top of the line. This is a fully loaded one. Bought her one of those, and he put the best tires on it. And these tires on it that are on it actually right now are like brand new. So that's a good thing. So I took them off, put them on her car in their Endeavor Pluses. As far as all season goes, those things are the bomb. They are excellent tires. They're about $199 to $200, low 200s in cost. So check those out if you're interested in those for just a regular old passenger tire for a CUV, SUV. Anyway, these are as quiet as those. They do really well, and plus it's a little bit bigger size. The ride's just as soft, but no humming. My gas mileage, I didn't have the car enough really to test it. I've gotten as high as 27, but that's being said that I haven't hit the highway on any long trips yet. So I know, excuse me, I didn't get 27. I got it like 24. I think it can go higher if I got more time on the actual highway itself. So anyway, these are really good tires. I highly recommend these tires to anybody who's interested in all-terrains. And I hope this helps someone out. Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a good day.